in the chat. There we go. What we're currently working on is removing the boxes from falling after they go off the bottom of the stream. And it was kind of funny. What ended up happening, I tried to implement this at the end of the stream yesterday, and it crashed everything. I'm not exactly sure why. So if we come here to a box, if we just have a function here, is off screen. And that's all we really need. So we can return, it's going to be a Boolean. So in this case, this dot location dot y, that's going to be the top left edge of the box. But I only really care about the y, right? So if the top of this box, so looking like at the top of here, for example, if that goes all the way down off the bottom of the screen, so I don't know why my mouse disappears. Oh, that's interesting. My mouse is disappearing over VS Code. I don't know why that is. I connect the Twitch highlighter. You can see it over that, but not over that. That feels like a bug. At least I can see my mouse. I'm sorry that you can't. Maybe I'll have to update or try a different version of OBS or something. Anyways, as soon as the top of the box goes off the bottom of the screen, then we want to basically remove it from the array. So we want to filter it out. So if this location at y, which is the top of the box, if that is greater than height, then we're off the screen now. So we can now go to the main game. So in draw here, we basically have these two things. We have the updates, and we have the draws. So in falling boxes for each, we do the update. So we have them update. After they update, if they're now off the screen, we can remove them. Now we know we only need to remove them. Oh, and falling boxes, we should be able to put this in here. So this is where we want. We want it to be in the falling boxes. So let's do this in two areas, just to make this a little bit simpler for us. Okay, so if the box is landed, so return if the box is landed, or if box dot is off screen, is that what I called it? Is off screen, yes. Wait, is landed? Is landed is just a property, so that is right. So if I do this, and we have a console log for basically the number of boxes. So this is gonna be falling boxes dot length. I'm gonna also run the game here with the big thing here is that I want to see as it goes down. So this number should start up. So let's do its hash drop. So we have one box that's dropping. And of course, I'm gonna land, okay, that goes to 0. So at least we have that. Let's do this again. Am I gonna land on the box again? No, okay, at least this time I'm gonna miss it. That didn't work. Okay, so it went off the bottom, but we're still got one box in the list of falling boxes. So we need to fix that. So falling boxes dot filter, that means, oh, you know what? This needs to be another bang. Because true means it stays in the filter. It's false that means that it's not. That's not the best logic. I could do is on screen to make it more, to make it a little bit easier to sort of like see. Okay, so is on screen. Then we don't need to just knock my mouse over. Is on screen. I think that will work better. All right, let's try this again. Let's do some more drops. All right, so we have one. Now, if I try to drop too many times, well, at least as a user, oh no, it's still 2. And 2. Okay, so that didn't work either. Did I just reverse my logic, but then like didn't do this right? Oh, and I think so if it's not landed, stay in. I think my or is the problem here. I think I have to be a little bit more complex with this. So if we're landed, if we're off the screen, we want to just return early, and we're done. So I could do if box is on screen. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna go back to is off screen again. I think this is gonna make more sense. So we go back to is off screen. So if box is off screen, return false. Just immediate return right then. If we pass this test, we then want to test, okay, are we landed? And so then we're just gonna do that return. Let's try that. Dorp. Drop. Drop. Code goes down to 1 and 0. Okay, perfect. All right, so we got that working. I don't think there's anything we really need to refactor here, so go ahead. Open up, get cracking here. And for stack it, we are removing the boxes from the, oh, what is it called? Removing the boxes from the falling list when off screen. And I'm gonna go ahead and push that up. You can go ahead and take a look at the code right now if you want to see it. It's at bang repo command. We can update you. Now we've removed the boxes from falling after they fall off the screen. And so now let's update this, the stack of game, and tell it to refresh cache. And it's restarted. Okay, perfect. Next story. As a player, I want to see instructions for how to play the game. Now, the gameplay is pretty simple. It's just you do hash drop, and then you get a point if you hit the platform. So I think in one side we can do some kind of instructions covering the screen, or instructions in the chat bot itself. That might be nice. Let me turn on my other computer here. I've got the ability to update my bot, like the other bots commands, but that's on my other computer, which is off right now. So unfortunately I don't have that captured, so I can't stream that out. So maybe I'll wait for this until after the stream is done. So I'll ignore that for right this second. As a player, I want to see my score. So this is an interesting question. Do I want to display the score on the stream, like, in a box up here somewhere? And I can do things like, for the main display capture, I could do something like this. I don't know. This is. Tell me how much you would like this. If I reduce the size of the display capture, and then I put the what is it over here, over to the right of this. And if I put like the instructions and also like the score, I could also put like chat and other information there. That would also give me room down to the bottom and the top to do something with. I'm not sure exactly what. What do you feel about that? So if I did that, I would probably want to do, my overlay is over here, so I could, in the overlay, actually have the instructions. Let me see if I can. There, you. I could maybe do, I could do it in P5.js. I could also maybe just do this in the index.html. I wonder how much you would be happy with this. If I did something like h1 to play. And let's also give some styling in here and make it like white text. So if I do that, I don't think I'm going to be able to see this. Where does it show up? Okay, it shows up over here. So if I wanted this overlaid on top of it, that would, I mean, I could remove it from the entire, I could remove it from the DOM and the flow by having the position fixed and then fix it to the right of the screen. That might work. So then let's do, I think, section, give this a class as like a description, like instructions, information. Good morning, Chantilly. And happy hump day. Chantilly, what do you think? Do you like the idea of the main screen being slightly smaller like this with instructions over to the right, or having this this display capture like this be full screen with instructions in chat? Instructions in chat. Okay. I could definitely do that. Oh, that's to the wrong computer. I need this keyboard to go over to this other computer. All right, log in over there. All right, so then I won't need any of this stuff here. You can go away, and we won't do any fun HTML over there. Then we can do something like bang, like play or how to play in the the actual chat command. And basically it's hash drop. I could probably also make it where it's bang drop too. You like the music? All right, thanks. Yeah, I'm using Pretzel Rocks again. But this time I paid for it, so it's not spamming the chat with what the song is. This is the song, in case you're interested in seeing what that is. All right, let's go ahead. Postman over here. So I think I can probably do bang help, bang how to play. So here's my Twitch chatbot. Let's create a command. Okay, so let's do bang. Well, first of all, let's do bang drop. And I'll tell it to ignore that. So right now, for example, if I do bang drop, my bot isn't happy. I submit this command, and now if I do bang drop, my chatbot doesn't care anymore. It ignores it, which means that I can come to the backend server. I'm gonna break it really quickly because I need to reload that. So let's come over here. We're going to vim app.js. Where is it? It is, first of all, we don't need this console log. So if the command, okay, so if message.to or lowercase is hash drop, or message.to lowercase, if that equals bang drop, did I somehow delete that closing parentheses? I think I did. So if I do that, then we want to npm start. All right, now let's test. I think bang drop and hash drop both work. So drop. Oh no, okay, I need to refresh the front end too. So I need to restart that. There. to reconnect to the backend because it is a WebSocket. Now it should be able to do drop with hash and bang drop. Ooh, that didn't like it. Two lowercase, low lowercase is not a function. Yeah, that's that is definitely not a thing. So I want to come here, replace two lowercase. Okay, npm start that. Let's try again. All right, so hash drop, you work, and then bang drop, you work. Okay, so bang drop and hash drop both work. And then I want some kind of like how to play commands. I don't have anything on my chatbot to like automatically like put messages in every X number of messages or every X minutes or something like that. That would be nice. But what I can do is like how to play. Oh, wrong keyboard. How to play. Maybe just like play. And the response is going to be use the command bang drop or hash drop to drop a box and try to hit the platform. So if I do that, that's bang play. And so what I'd want probably is some kind of, all right, every X messages, let's go ahead and like say how the game is played. I could do that through this backend bot, because only when it's active do we actually care about this command, don't we? So we can do that. Let me use it. Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and create another window here. Documents, code, works builds. Okay, so then we can Vim. This way I can at least edit it without killing the server to begin with. If I want to respond with a message to chat, and I can do that through TMI, I believe. Oh, you're getting your new keyboard today? That's awesome. What kind of keyboard is it? It's a Kinesis. Ooh, I have a Kinesis. Is it the split keyboard, or is it that one that sort of has the weird recess thing in it? I've seen both, and the split one is the one I have. Okay, so sockets. Mr. Halsey, good morning. Client on message. Okay, so what I want to do, how do I send a message? So I have TMI. These are like WebSocket stuff. Okay, so here's new TMI client. It's client on, I think it's like client.send. I want to say that. So if I split Kinesis Gaming Freestyle Edge. Ooh, Nice. Gaming keyboard. A gaming split keyboard. That sounds fun. I probably want to do something like count the number of messages we have. So if I say, like, how many lines can I fit on, like, my chat? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. If I, like, double that, let's say every, like, let's just round up to, like, 50. Every 5 minutes, I don't know if, like, 5 minutes is too often. It has to be like 5 minutes have passed and at least 50 messages. Then I'll put a chat message out. So I need to store, and let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. How do I make? There we go. That's how I make it bigger. Don't do that. Move this keyboard away from me because I'm going to keep on trying to use it when it's going to the other computer. Okay, I want to track on the back end the number of messages that we've received. So let's just do something simple, like let messages received since last, I guess, like message count. And we're going to initialize this to 0. Let's also do a const. This is how long to wait. So minimum time between, I guess, like help messages equals, okay, so that's 1 second times 60 is 1 minute times 5 is 5 minutes. So that's how many milliseconds I want to wait. Now, when we start the client, I have to do this inside of here because I need access to the client. So when we start the client, I don't need it like on message. I could essentially just do this right after client here. We could have a set timeout. I don't want this to be a set interval. I want to do a set timeout. So set timeout. We're gonna have our function. I don't need to bind this, so I can use this as an arrow function. Nothing gets passed in for me. Inside our brackets here, we're going to want to now check to see how many messages we've received. So if message count is greater than or equal to, let's actually make this some kind of variable too. So const minimum messages between help messages equals, let's do 50. Okay, so if the message count is greater than or equal to minimum help messages, okay, then Chantilly, you just found out about the Twitch chat commands? Oh, like changing your color, which now changes the color in a drop game. So you get to see your boxes with that appropriate color. So that's nice. Okay, so then if the message count, messages between, okay, so between help messages, then let's go ahead and send this message out. Yeah, you can change your username color. Awesome. I think so. I think this is gonna be client.send. I haven't actually looked at the command yet. I think it's just client.send. And then what I want to send is, I mean, I could just do something like this, help. But I could also just say, play the drop game with the command bang help. Try to get your box on the platform. List scores with bang scores. Okay, so if I do this, let's say I don't like do anything else right now. We just set it to be a time for this. And I also say, this is my minimum time between help messages. So I can set these to be whatever I want. So I could set you to be 0 to begin with, and you to be every like 1 second. Like let's just see if we can get the chat to run every 1 second. Before I do that, let's go ahead and start incrementing our message count. So client on message, when I get a message, I want to increment our message count. So this is going to be message count plus equals to 1. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save this, switch over to here, and we're going to restart. Reach clarity, good morning. So I am unfortunately going to reset this, so it's going to reset the progress. But we're sort of in beta, so it's sort of like our favorite games changing everything on us. All right, reset cache. Oh, that didn't like that. Okay, so client.send is not a function. Okay, so that's nice to know. We need to go look up TMS really quickly. Or sorry, TMI. TMI. I guess like npm. Too many images. What is it? What is it? Oh, it's tmi.js. Where's the documentation? That's the release page, documentation. I need to know how to send. Well, that's not a good sign. I think this was up not too long ago. Well, that's not good. Well, do you have anything on your main page? I guess you have a website. So that's not showing sending anything. Client.say. Okay. And then we have to hand it the channel. All right, got. Have you thought about making this as an extension instead? So an extension, it runs not on my computer, but on like something I can install into the channel, right? I haven't looked at extensions at all. You know, that might be really interesting to look at. Maybe after this meetup talk, I'll take a look at like maybe making like another one as an extension, or doing like, yeah, doing like a different game as an extension and comparing and contrasting the two. So it's gonna be client.say. So change word to say, and then it's gonna be the channel. So we can just use Berserker because it's my channel. If I save that, we come back over to here and we restart. When's my meetup talk? I think it's on the 28th. I think that's when the July Denver script meetup talk is. Refresh this. All right, it's running. That's a good sign. Hey, and there's my play the drop game. And so this should be happening every second or so. It's probably gonna make it really upset. Why are you not? Every one oh, you know why? Because set timeout doesn't run again. It runs once. So after 1 second, it does this. Which means after the set timeout is done, I want to then essentially run the set timeout again. And that's where it gets like sort of funky and interesting. I want to start this again after this a certain amount of time. I could make this a function here. So like this set timeout could be inside of a wrapped function where I then pass the client in. I kind of like that idea. So if I come down here to the bottom, let's say we have a function that basically is just going to it's like set timeout. Okay, we're gonna wrap. This wraps the set timeout, and then it does all the like say and everything else. So this is basically say help message. We're gonna need to pass in the client, and I think that's it. Everything else is pretty much global to this. So I'm gonna come up to here, go into visual mode, delete this all out of that, and paste you in here. Okay, so we're gonna have set timeout. So this starts the set timeout. It runs this. And then at the end of this message here, client to say, Berserker, please play the drop game with the command help. Try to get your box on a platform. The scores. I'm wondering whether or not this is like the best idea for this. Or if I just want to count inside of here, and as soon as like X number of messages comes in, it responds. I think that's actually like, I think I'm overthinking this. I think it's much easier for me to say, we just increase the message count here. And here is where I can just say, okay, if message count is now greater than or equal to the minimum messages between help messages, then I want to do this client say. Right in here. So if we've had 50 of them, right now I have 0. So that's going to do it a lot of times. But if I put in like 50, so let's delete you. If I say right now, it would be funny if we could make it a variable name that spans across the screen. Are you talking about like instead of boxes, you can have a message that drops? We don't need this minimum time anymore. We have our message count. Message +1. I kind of want to like say this right away. So let's actually do a function to wrap around just saying that. It would be funny if we could make a variable name that spans across the screen. No, just a joke. Okay. Then I'll ignore. I guess I didn't get it. But then again, I'm only partially paying attention to chat, so that's probably why. Sorry about that, Chantilly. I need the client here. That's not how you write a function. Function is going to be sort of like say help message. I'm going to grab you out of here, paste you in there. Come up to you. So when we connect right away, like immediately, I want to just sort of like say what the message is. So we're going to just say help message client. And then after this many things, we want to also in here say help message and pass in the client. And that should make it where it client on message. Oh no, I don't want this there. Okay, never mind. Oh, I do want it there. Okay, so as soon as we connect, we say the help message, and then every 50 messages, we say the help message again. Okay, so save and quit. Let's restart the server here. Restart the game. Did I restart? Did it run? Wait, there was a rejected promise. Wait, does say return a promise? I mean, not according to this. I didn't see it come out into chat. Is it working? I mean, that's working. Did I not restart the server? I wasn't getting this unhandled rejection warning before, so I did something wrong. Also, it didn't do this. So say help message inside of here. We should have the new client by this time. Or maybe we don't. I bet I need something like client.onJoin. or connect or something like that. What do we have? Is the documentation up yet? Sort of. Not the real documentation. Cool. I bet there's like a client on Connect. Where is... Okay, so I need to look at the list of those. Client on... you know what? I bet I can guess it. So we have this client on message. Let's do client.on connect. And we should get like the channel. We're not going to get the tags. You know, I don't even care. If we connect, that's enough for me. Because then I could just say this say help message and pass it in the client at this point. Like after we've connected, we're good to go. So if I save that, let's see what happens. All right, I'm gonna restart the game. Reconnect over here. Oh, it still didn't do that. So that's not the right one. It's like connect, open, something. I'm not sure exactly what. So unfortunately, I think I'm gonna just have to save it for like every 50 messages for right now until that documentation is back up. So I'm just not gonna worry about that right this second. And I'll just leave this running. Every 50 messages, it will hit. So let's just go ahead and say that we're done with that ticket. Now, how do we see the score? I'm thinking for score, we just have like you could do bang score and it sees the score. Or do you want all the scores to show up on the screen at the same time? I'm thinking a chat command where at any time somebody can run it with like bang score. Yeah, bang score. That would make the most sense to me. Especially if we're doing the help through that. So we can do if message through lower set. Okay, so then we're gonna do, this can be an else if message dot to lowercase. If this is equal to bang score. That close you. I need to set my tabs correctly in Vim. Okay, so else if the message is bang score, I want to client.say. We know that's Zerker for right now. I mean, I am planning on just having this only running on mine, so I don't really need to worry about this. And what am I saying? The current we need to get the current score from the front end. Well, the way I'm thinking about this is oh, I know what. It won't be a chat command. On the front end here, every time that we score, every time that this score changes, we can broadcast using our WebSocket to the backend, which then says it out to the chat. So every time we scores, we say what the new score is. I like that idea. So here is our score.js. Every time that we add score, we want to also broadcast this score. So in main.js, when do we add score here? Here it is, score.addScore. So we also just want to like broadcast the score right afterwards. If we broadcast the score, we're going to need our WebSocket. And it'll be something like send, websocket.send. And this is just open and free for us, so we can play around with it. On the back end here, here's our WebSocket. We have WebSocket on connection, and we're probably going to need a WebSocket on message event handler as well. So let me go ahead and undo you. So we have WebSocket on connection. And so here's where it's going to be interesting. I need a WebSocket on message to send that out. But does that need to be I probably need to move my TMI client outside of the connection. So I connect the bot at any time. What was the reason why I did this? Also, maybe we should let's go ahead and open up another code. So documents, code, Brooks builds. This will make it a little bit easier. So here's our WebSocket connection. If we have our new TMI client, where do I want to put this? Say help message. This is our client sending with that. The big thing here is that I need to have access to the WebSocket for sending. Okay, so I do need this for sending and receiving, I believe. Yeah, because okay, ws.send. So I think I need this for the message too. So I need to check the WS documentation. Okay, sending and receiving text data. So we have WS. Oh, interesting. You could do this too. WS equals new WebSocket. WS on open, send something. WS on message. Okay. So on connection, WS on message. So I could just put this down here. It's just on message, right? Yep. And then we're gonna get the data. So if I just console.log what this data is, so I'm gonna save you, I'm gonna come back to here, I'm gonna put you on the left, and we're gonna restart the server. And then we're gonna reconnect the app, which will start up that socket. We're gonna open up another socket too from this browser. Okay, so now theoretically I should have access to, do I have access to WS? Yes, WebSocket. Okay, so ws dot send test. No, I didn't. That didn't work. Web chat proxy server. I want this one. So here's our WebSocket. It's WebSocket on message. Oh, okay. So it's just WebSocket, not WS. So that one dot probably send. Test. Hey, there it is. Okay, so I get test. So in here, every time that we get a message, every time we get a score, here's this add score. Let's just send the score, and we can JSON dot stringify up the score and send that. I like that. What does the score look like? Score is just an object of these scores. So if I have something called like wrap score. Oh wait, it's not wrap score. It's oh, I forgot the word for it. There's a word for what I want to do here, which is not encapsulate. It's turn, like not stringify. It's like something related to that. Oh, I forgot like the more computer sciencey term of what I want to do. This doesn't matter. I'll just go with whatever I'm feeling like then. So this will be like stringify. We're gonna return JSON dot stringify this dot scores. And then in main, every time that we add the score, I want to now WebSocket dot send. I'm gonna say it's gonna be. I guess I could just send the scores, but I think it would be good for me to like have like some kind of system for this. So what if I do something like scores colon like this, and then it'll be score dot stringify. Let me make sure I spelled that right. Okay, that's going to now stringify the scores and send that in here. So that way it'll be scores and then like the stringified version of it. So what I can do on the back end here is split on this colon. Oh, there's going to be a colon here. Let's not do colon then. Let's do, what are we never going to have? We basically just have like a username, a colon, and then the scores. If I do something like that as a delimiter, that's our, like a double pipe. I don't think anybody's going to have double pipe in their username. If they do, and they know how I built this, which is open source, it's easy. They could probably break this pretty easily. So if I do this, now we come to the back end. And so on message, we're going to get the data in. And the data seems to just be the message itself. So we want to split this on essentially the double pipe. So if data, is there a starts with on strings? Returns true if the sequence of elements of search string converted to a string is the same as corresponding. I think it does. So if data starts with, what do I name it? Scores. Pipe, like that. Okay, so if we have that, then I want to do our sort of like break it out and then get the second one. So we're gonna do a const scores equals going to take the data and we're going to split on scores pipe like that. Then I want the first one, so I want the second element in there. Then I want to JSON dot parse the result of that. That will give me the scores object, and then I want to. I just want to like create this into a message and send it, which I should have access to client in here, so I can just client.say what the message is. I probably don't want to like loop through. I want to like create the score message. So let's do let message equals scores. I guess you're going to be an empty string to begin with. I'm going to now append to this by looping through the scores. Or I just thought about a better way. In here, I could just say who scored, right? I could just box it username. We could just send the message that we want to say, which is box dot username scored scored. They now have and so then we need to reach in and grab the scores. So this is score of position. Oh, dot scores of position box dot username points. Okay, this is I think a little bit simpler. Now in the back end we get the message. We don't have to do any of this crap. we're just gonna go ahead and send this. So we're just gonna forward this on client.say. And the data. So let's try this. Back to the back end. Let's restart this. Restart our front end game. Let's see if this works. We need to try to score. Oh, I think I'm gonna get it. There we go. Brookzerker scored. They now have 1 point. Perfect, and that should increase like as we go on. So now we have points set up. Cool. Let's go ahead and mark this ticket as done. I'm calling this ticket, but it's really just my user story. I'm getting closer to getting done with this. As a player, I want to customize the color of the box. That's already done. So the box is painted the color of your what is it? Of your chat color. I could do another. So now that I have this entire section where I can have the game tell the backend what to say, I can now have a message that whenever you don't have like a custom color, I can send a message saying, "Hey, set your color to have your color be shown, to like not be white." So in Stackit here, in main, when we get the command to drop, where does that happen? Okay, so WebSocket on message event const data to parse. So data.color. This is coming from the backend. So in the backend here, there it is. It's the color or nothing at all. If I instead said like tags.color, or we have just like the string, no color. So if I do that, then on the front end, I need to catch that now. So now we're gonna say const color. I can't use that. This is gonna be like the box color equals I guess I'm gonna need this to be a little bit more fluid for me, plastic, adaptable. So we're gonna set this to be, I guess it's gonna be like the data dot color here, but it's possible that that's no color. So we now want to check to see, okay, so if box color is equal to no color. That's what I named it, right? Yeah, no color. If that is, now I want to send a message. So WebSocket dot send set a custom color for your box, or set your box's color to be let's see, set your box's color via what do I want to do? So here, like via the chat color, like set your Twitch chat color to customize your box color. Okay, so we do that. Oh, also I want to set the color. So box color equals just plain white. And I think that should work. So if I do that, if I reset my color, I don't think I need to do anything weird. Oh no, I do need to do anything weird in the back end because I'm setting that to black. So I need to restart the server. That wasn't it. npm start. Sorry, Chantilly, I've got to restart this. Reset the cache. Customize your box color by changing your user color with... Oh, perfect. Thank you. Let me grab that. Copy you. The front end can now have this. So save. Did I restart? I think I did. So if I do bring drop, everything works just fine. Can I reset my color to like not be anything? How would I do that? Identity. Oh, I don't know how to do like no color. Interesting, okay. Can I do something like color like that? No, invalid parameters, change your username color, color must be in hex. Okay, so once you set your color, that's it. Like, all right, well, we're just gonna have to hope this works. And maybe somebody will do a drop that doesn't have a color, and then we'll find out whether or not this entire system that I created works. Until then, we have the drop. Drop command is working. Oh yeah, there it is. The delay. It's part of the game. Almost. Almost got 2 points. Are you gonna get it? I think you're a little bit early. Ah, so close. All right, so I want to, all of these are good. Ah, stop. And you're good. Okay, so I got that. I don't need to do this one. I think I want to cancel. We could drop as many boxes as we want as a time. I think that's fine. For right now, at least. I don't know if we want to like change things in the future. We're really close to this, but it is 8:15, which means it's time for me to get ready for my my stand-up. So let's go ahead and wind the stream down a little bit. I don't need to do that. Hey, we got that. It's done. Okay, actually, you know what? The basic MVP of this game is done then. I think something that I want to do is have this like bar down at the bottom. I want to play with it a little bit, sort of like juice it up. So let's figure out like what we want to do for this. I think juice up the water. I want to have the platform look like actually wood. So make the platform look like wood. And I want to make the dropper look like more appropriate rather than just a red box. So make the dropper look, I don't know what I want to make it look like. Just something more something better, look better. I don't know what that means yet. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But that's something I'm gonna think about. I don't know fully if I'm gonna go through like stream with these or not. Like I'll probably come up with ideas, and if I have an idea for it by the time I stream tomorrow morning, then I'll do it. Otherwise, I'll just sort of show, we'll just have the game sort of like loading up better as it goes on. One thing that I do want is maybe script a command to start the server and client. I guess like start the server before I start streaming. So that way when I go, okay, time for me to stream, I just hit one command and it starts up the entire thing. If I forget to do that before I start OBS, then it's all not loading properly. So that would potentially help with this. But let's go ahead and send all of these things up. So in Stackit, we have score messages are being sent to the, what is score looking like? I don't need this stringify anymore. Let me unstage score. In main, what are we doing? It's the color section and the box. So score messages plus color. So messages to chat about score and color. And then I'm gonna unstage score here and sort of undo what we did with that. And let's push up you. Now I have the Twitch chat proxy server. I made some changes to that. Let's go ahead and stage all these. And so like upgraded or updated for latest job game. Right. Okay. I plan on having this Twitch chat proxy server be used for multiple games if I have them, and I guess I could. Well, that might be something to look into in the future. Is what was it? It was who was it suggesting? Looking back in, was it Reach? Yeah, Reach, you were asking if I could do this as an extension. So I think I'll look into that a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to do that for this this specific talk, but after I like juice this up and make it look a little bit better, then I think we'll be done with this game and we can start thinking about like future games that we can do. Also, good job, Chantilly, you hit the edge. That's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the ending screen, which I don't have the game right now here. Let me add that in really quickly. So it's browser source, back a game. All of your stuff still on there. You extended the plank. Yes, absolutely you did. Theoretically, you could just have everything across the side and everybody gets points. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching as I build this out. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to have this on the stream. I will leave it up for at least several streams to make sure that it is interesting for people. And if you have any feedback, absolutely let me know. You could follow me on Twitch or Twitter for when I'm going live. And with that, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow morning.